We be all night. Woo! You would never need another lover. Woo! Cause you a MILF and I'm a motherfucker.
Welcome to The Wall. Today we're going to talk about how many women, once they hit their 30s, start to feel the weight of time in the dating market and the justifications they give for their romantic failures. We'll also take a look at the case of a man who managed to get 4 dates with a woman, only to end up being rejected. We're going to break down what might have gone wrong and what lessons this story leaves behind so we don't repeat the same mistakes. Smash that like button. Help us reach 170,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Share your experience and wisdom in the comments. We'll pin the best one for the whole community. And without further introduction, let's get started.
The other day, a man looked me in the face and said, "Aubrey, why are there so many single women like you in their 30s who complain about how awful it is to date, how bad the modern day dating pool is? Because I'm a man, I'm single in my 30s, I have no kids, and I have so many options out here. You guys just have to, pick better men." And then he said something along the lines of relationships being a walk in the park or something like that. And I'm over here like, what park are you walking through? Because I'm trekking through Jurassic Park with a machete. I'm glad that you're strolling through Central Park enjoying the scenery, but women are out here fighting for our lives. Hey, in theory, I agree with you. Women should pick better men. But you want to know what that would require? That would require men to, be better. But I'm so glad that you're having a great time dating. I fear it's because you are in fact delusional, but hey, go off, King.
I'm sure that man never called her again, and rightfully so. If you're a man who's worked on his physique, finances, and presence, dating can feel like a game where you get to taste every flavor at the ice cream shop. But if you're operating at a lower level, it won't be nearly as sweet. The problem is that these women don't understand that good men do exist, but their unrealistic standards have pushed many of them out of the dating market. In the end, they trap themselves in a cycle where they only end up with chads who use them and then leave, until one day they crash into the wall. And as we all know, the wall doesn't forgive.
How old are you?
27.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
I just haven't found the right person.
But what makes a man the right person to you?
I guess just someone who's like honest, nice, considerate.
Do you think that being single at 27 as a woman is a red flag?
It depends. I don't know. Everyone's different.
In your case,
No.
why wouldn't that be a red flag to all the men watching?
I don't know. I'm just still figuring out my life and what I want to do with it. I don't think relationships are the most important thing in life. Yes, they are important, but I also think it's important to figure out yourself first before you bring someone else into your life.
Do you see yourself getting married one day?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you're 27 now.
Yeah.
So what's the latest you'd want to get married?
Married. It just depends on my life and where it goes. I mean, people get married at every age, so there's really no number for me. It's just when it feels right and it's the right person.
So you don't care if you were 50 or if you're 29?
No.
What I find amusing is that most women, when asked what they're looking for, describe the kind of man who could easily become their best friend, or the typical guy who ends up in the friend zone. But when you look at reality, they go for the guy who's basically the 666 of the apocalypse. 6 feet tall, 6-figure income, and a six-pack. The 666 from hell. Because they all describe the nice guy, but when you ask how many of them have actually dated someone like that, they all go silent. I hope this woman finds a man, because she's already 27, just 3 years away from hitting the wall. And the wall doesn't forgive.
A quick question. Where are we meeting the men that actually want to date and be in a relationship? Because it's not the dating apps. It's not. It's not the coffee shops. I've been trying that. I've been trying that for a while now. Definitely not the bars. Not at my age, because they're all like 21, 22. So they definitely don't want to be in a relationship. And I definitely do not want to be a cougar. Nothing wrong with that. Just not my type. I, again, tend to go about 8 to 10 years older than me. I found out even those don't want to date for a relationship. Even they are still figuring things out. Yeah, they are. So where are we meeting the ones that want to date and be in a relationship? That want to date to eventually get into a relationship? That are dating to see if we're compatible for a relationship, not other things. No. I need to know because I have yet to find them. And I've been looking, so maybe I should stop looking. I don't know. But if you know, please let me know. Help your girl out. Where are we meeting the good men? Where are we meeting the men that actually want to be in a real relationship? Let me know.
From what I've heard, even Home Depot, women have gotten to the point of desperation. Dating apps have led them straight to the chads, men who bring nothing to the table in a relationship. These guys use them, play with them, and then move on. This shows what happens when the natural order of things is broken, when they were dyeing their hair crazy colors and attacking men just for approaching them. But in life, common sense always wins out. Now they're realizing that when men stop chasing them, they end up alone. And the worst part is, when they do come across a good man, they throw him away, just like what happened to the man in the next story.
I had 4 dates with a nice gal from Hinge, and I thought it went pretty well. But I guess it didn't go quite as well as I thought. I don't know. But I had our last date last night. I'm just kind of processing the entire experience a little bit. So, first date goes great. We just meet at a little burger place at like a halfway point, and it lasts about an hour and a half. Date number 2, I meet her around her place in Athens. She works at UGA, and she showed me around campus because I've never been there before. She planned like a mini bowling skee ball event in a loft upstairs somewhere downtown, which is really cool. Never done that before. And we had dinner. And, I walked back to the car because it went really well. It was a really great night. And she took my hand, was holding, my hand, which is great. I love that, taking charge. But at the end of the night, I said, because I could tell she's a respectable woman, I said, "Hey, can I kiss you?" And she said, "I'm not quite ready for that yet." And I'm like, "Okay, not a problem." So before I could get home on my hour drive, she texted me back saying, "Hey, you were so cute, asking if you could kiss me. I'm just not quite ready for that yet, but I really wanted to." I said, "Okay, it's not a problem. It's really respectable of you. Not a big deal at all." Before the second day ended, I asked her one really deep question, which was what loyalty looked like to her. I liked her answer. But the next morning, she brought it up. She said, "Hey, I know you asked me what loyalty looked like last night. I just thought I'd let you know because I don't know if this is why you asked me or not, but I am only seeing you. I'm only interested in you, and you have my full attention." I was like, whoa, that's different. I told her, I said, "Look, I really appreciate you telling me that. I'm only talking to you too. We're looking forward to where this is going. I'm really excited about this. Cool. Plan date number 3. Date number 3, we go to Chili's and we go thrifting. Awesome experience. Loved every bit of it. We went to 2 different thrift shops and the food was great. I had some deep conversation after the date, and honestly, I told her, I said, "Look, I know we already established we're only talking to each other, so don't feel like you need to do the same, but I'm going to delete Hinge on my end. It just feels like the right thing to do, just so I'm not distracted or anything else." And she says,
"Stop it. Get some help."
Here's my take on what I think happened. First off, I've said it many times, the man who shows too much hunger doesn't eat. Even if you feel a connection with a woman, you can't lay all your cards on the table. Mentioning the Hinge app? That wasn't necessary. Asking about loyalty? Brother, she's not your girl. She doesn't owe you anything. That kind of question is for 3 months in, when she's already hooked and wants you to take things to the next level. Third, and this is what killed the whole thing, asking, "Can I kiss you?" What is that? The girl had already been on 2 great dates with you. The first was to get to know you, and the second had chemistry and excitement at full blast. She planned the date, it went great, and then you walk her to her car holding hands, probably with her giving off clear signs that she wanted you to kiss her. It's 1,000 times better to just make the move than to ask. Asking makes you look like a man with no experience. If you take both her hands, stop in front of her car, lock eyes, move your body closer, and slowly tilt your head in, she'll respond. And if she doesn't, no big deal. You're leading the moment, and every woman loves a man who makes her feel desired. I'll talk about the third date in the next.
"That's cool. Hey, I'm not even looking at mine anyway." Okay. So I just want to let you know that. Then it brings me to yesterday, date 4. Another great date. Great day. She comes my way this time. And I take her to the mall. We go see the new Fantastic Four movie. We get a really good dinner at my favorite place. And went to Target to find a little thing back for her phone. Hang out like 6 hours. Another great experience. So this is why I'm puzzled, because we were planning the next date and everything else. Everything goes well. Last night I text her the time frames that's getting me near her, and she said, "Hey, I think Tuesday or Friday will work." I said, "Perfect." This morning I said, "Perfect." When I woke up, either time frame. And then around lunch, she texts me and she gives me like the Dear John letter. Basically, she says, "Hey, I just want to let you know I really like our time together, but I'm just not quite getting the feeling I'd hope that I would have," which I respect. I know it's still very early, but I guess I'm just like confused. Does that make sense? Like, I'm just like confused. Like, she was just hanging all over me like I was Elvis Presley yesterday, and just like proud to be holding my hand, and just like it was this great experience. And then today is totally different. So everybody, I don't know, maybe she really thought about it, prayed about it like she said she did, and it just wasn't the connection she's looking for, and that's totally fine. But we're also in our mid-30s. So what are we looking for? I mean, I don't know. I'm not upset. It's just, I just feel like my problem is I invest too much of myself too early with people sometimes. And I think that was my problem again, actually. So here we are again. Hinge experience, though, I'll give it a B+. It could be a lot worse.
No matter if a woman is feminine or has masculine energy, whatever the case, what she wants is for you, as a man, to be a man, to make her feel desired. You've had 4 dates, each lasting over an hour, and the last one was 6 hours long, and you still haven't made a single move. What were you expecting? For her to kiss you? It's better to get rejected for moving too fast after the second date than for moving too slow. Of course, that woman is sitting at home thinking, "I don't know what else to do to get this guy's attention." I can picture her telling her friend, "He's really sweet, but he hasn't even tried to kiss me. He's not making any moves. I don't think he's sexually attracted to me. He's not trying to kiss me or get close." She might not be ready to sleep with you, but she does want to know that you desire her, that there's sexual tension. I'm not saying you have to do all this on the first or even second date without a kiss, but by the third, there should at least be some kind of conversation or gesture. Because women like to feel desired by the man they're into. They like to know you're pursuing them, that you're taking the lead. 4 dates and nothing, man. She wasn't the problem. You were, for moving too slow. What do you all think?
You know what's something that I feel like nobody talks about that's really hard about dating in your 30s? I was just sitting here drinking my coffee on my break in between my shows and thinking about the fact that I'm 33. So more than likely, if you're around my age or in your early 30s, you've seen multiple friends or family members who are around your same age go from dating somebody to being engaged to somebody to marrying somebody to being probably multiple years into marriage, maybe even potentially having kids with that person and having multiple kids and then being like in the depths of parenting with that person. And it's so challenging, especially if you have a lot of close friends that that you've seen go through these stages, to look at people's relationships and how strong they seem in different phases of life, and then how challenging their relationships become. So even people that you were like, "Oh, there are no red flags. They're super solid." Like, there's aspects where you're like, "Oh my God, like, does anybody actually like each other? Is anyone actually compatible?" And I hope none of my friends see this and are offended by it. Well, there's a B. But it is so hard to watch that and then be in the stage of life where you're like making some of those decisions that feel so heavy. Like when you're saying, "Okay, I don't see any red flags, but look at all these other people that didn't see any red flags and admit them now." It almost makes you second guess your choices. Not that any of this has anything to do with me or anything. No, but for real, I just was thinking about that, how it's so interesting and like maybe better to be naive, but also great to have life experience. It's a double-edged sword for sure.
Hell to the no, 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 no. Hell
What's truly sad isn't being single. It's when your only hobby is meddling in your friends' relationships. These are the kinds of friends a man needs to watch out for when he's in a relationship, because they're the first ones to give bad advice to your partner. That's why you sometimes see sudden changes in your girl overnight. Friends like these always see the negative in everything. Relationships, like any important project, require compromise, effort, and working together. From the outside, everything looks easy. But only those living under the same roof know what it really takes to keep a home and a relationship going. Meanwhile, many women who've already hit the wall and don't want to lose their party friends will try to keep their single friends single, because misery loves company.
Reasons why men are still single, after the age of 30. Listen the f up. If he is still single after 30, there is a freaking reason. Probably not because he's just picky. For one, he wants a girlfriend. He does. He wants a girlfriend, but he does not want to put in any of the effort to do so. Or God forbid he needs to delete the roster. Number two, which is a giant piss off, he thinks therapy is for the weak, but his communication is absolute shit. Like, sir, if anyone needs therapy, it's you. Number three, he's chasing 22-year-olds or 20-year-olds or 21-year-olds. Baby girl, he is the problem. But not least, he almost dated someone amazing. Now, he either fucked it up, fucked her over, or just wasn't ready at the time. Then now he's freaking scared to try with any other amazing girl. Ladies, please send this to a man if he needs to see it. And fellas, if this hurt your feelings, it was probably meant for you.
Fuck up, you crazy bitch whore!
What's incredible is how much her face changes without makeup. All her reasons come down to him having something wrong. But when a woman hits 30, the story becomes that she's not settling, that there are no good men, that she has standards, or that she's looking for an accomplished man. All her reasons are external, but a man's reasons are always internal. What a logic she has. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What do you think about women in their 30s? Why do you think things went wrong for this man? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.